Right, your wastelands and dazes and just every card, every resource matters. So having that ability to 2 for 1 and then snap it back. All
Yeah.
right, let's go watch.
Yeah, we'll see what he does.
Looks like Cummings is on the play with get used to that guy, right? Deathrite Shaman, arguably the best card in the format. You got a better choice?
No, I can't think of a better one drop that he could have played there.
Well, I will say I think Brainstorm is
Well, in terms
in
of
the
creatures.
conversation in terms of best card in the format.
I think we're
Oh, best creature in the format. I'm not even sure he's a creature. I think he's a planeswalker.
That's right.
Right? He's got 3 abilities. You use 1 per turn.
All right, so it looks like...
Oh, yeah, our names are backwards,
Yeah,
right? Names and archetypes are backwards.
Yeah. We'll get that fixed in just a second.
Deathrite, Jace, Kulligan's Command. Definitely Andre's hand.
So he knows the coast is not clear if he wants to go for anything faster.
I stand by my claim that Deathrite Shaman is actually a planeswalker.
Oh,
He
yeah,
has
it
3
absolutely
abilities.
is.
You use 1 per turn. It doesn't
Mhm.
attack. It doesn't block. It's just a planeswalker.
Yeah. Doesn't attack or block.
Doesn't.
It really doesn't. No, I mean, especially, yeah, the activated -2 life is just more aggressive than he could ever be.
What do you think of Thoughtseize for Ponder there?
It's a really interesting choice. He kind of saw all the answers, and I'm really surprised by that. But he does probably want to sculpt his hand in order to get the mana for that Jace or something else.
Yeah, right. So we've got the archetypes in the correct place now. But okay, now the names are
There
correct.
we go.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen what Nicholas is working with, but
Yeah, the Ponder makes sense. Yeah, a lot of Andre's hand. He can cast. He is going to cast a Snapcaster on it, so
yeah.
that uses up quite a bit of resource to kind of commit to that Ponder, and so that makes next play look a little bit better now.
Does it? He could have taken the Snapcaster.
He could have, but
Or did he top deck the Snapcaster? There's a Jace. There's a Force of Will. I mean, Ponder's great, but
yeah, he's got a tough decision here because I don't think he found a fetch land to get Jason the next turn in that top 3.
no, he might be shuffling. I mean, he's got Force of Will blue card in his hand, so he's not going to get destroyed. He doesn't. Andre doesn't really know what he's up against yet either, right? All he's seen is the Thoughtseize and a Bayou.
Right.
Keeps and didn't get a chance to see what the
Yeah,
cards
me
were.
neither.
Him to Torok.
Okay.
That is enough. Speaking of underrated cards in Legacy, that card is just great.
Absolutely. Is Andre playing it at all? I've seen it pop up from time to
It's
time.
a fair question.
Yeah.
I have a couple in my version of the deck.
Okay.
I think he's on Inquisition of Thought. Oh, he's got 1. He's got 3
1.
Inquisitions.
Okay.
And then 1 him as his discard. Also 1 Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
1 Night's Whisper. Just play so many 1-ups. Interesting. So Andre is contemplating a Force of Will here. Basically, he's going to lose 2 cards anyway.
Right.
So the question for Andre is, does he want to pick? Is he willing to pay a life to pick those 2 cards? And it looks like he is.
Mm-hmm.
Defending his Jace, essentially.
Yeah.
And now, did that Ponder find him the 4th land for the Jace? No.
No, not with the Deathrite Shaman attacking.
Jace Vryn's Prodigy.
Different Jace. So I'm pretty sure Nick still has perfect information at this point.
The Jace and the Kulligan's Command were there when he Gitaxian probed and then Thoughtseized way back at the beginning.
Yep.
Sounds right. I mean, he's cleared a path for his combo. Wow. Yeah. I'll take the other 2.
Yeah. Now he
All
really
right.
has.
Nicholas has definitely destroyed Andre's hand. Now, can he deploy his combo?
Yeah, I don't know. I see that Ghost Quarter come down. It looks like he's thinking about keeping off of colors so that he can kind of keep him on the back seat, trying to like build up the destruction again. And that does turn on Deathrite Shaman now.
Right. Yeah. I think Pithing Needle's way better there than Ghost Quarter. Presumably going to name Deathrite. But we'll see.
He might name Jace.
I could name Jace. Yeah, that's fair. Good point.
Looks like he has a Living Wish in his hand for one of the pieces of the combo.
Andre draws, activates his Jace, discards, Badlands.
What did he end up keeping? Oh, no, maybe not. He just has a choice between 2 lands.
So he didn't name Jace. He named Deathrite, I guess. I didn't see.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. So I see Into the North in Nicholas Cummings' hand. Able to tutor for the Dark Depths and put it directly into play.
Sometimes you just need to go get a Snowland.
Yeah. Thankfully, Dark Depths is one of those.
I don't think it would make the cut the deck if you didn't have Dark Depths. Not going to lie.
He does have a Snow-Covered Swamp and Snow-Covered Forest to look for.
So Living Wish for Karakas here. He's going to bounce Jace Vryn's Prodigy.
Interesting.
Hilarious. He is not exactly all. We called him. We said he was all in on his combo.
Yeah, he's playing
been
this.
slow rolling it a little more than that.
Yeah, very controlling style to this game.
Andre just keeps attacking. Sure, put you at 7. Yeah, that access to Karakas probably was the tiebreaker on the Pithing Needle name. That's why he went Deathrite.
Yeah.
And with 7 life left to play with, name Deathrite's looking solid.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially 2 turns left once he holds back the Deathrite to activate.
Baleful Strix. 2 for 1, right?
Yeah, yet another one. The deck's full of them. Looks like he drew.
It's relevant as a blocker in this matchup too, hilariously, right? I mean, obviously the Death Touch isn't going to take down an indestructible Flying Merit Lage token, but with 7 life, like just buying a turn for Snapcaster to attack might be relevant.
Yeah, especially in this game. Yeah. There's a lot to fight through at this point. I don't know if he drew into the combo and the any way to get past the bird. And Nick just trying to think through his lines to see how he can win this game in the next 2 turns.
All right, that's Into the North, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Andre plays a ton of Legacy, but okay. He plays enough Magic to understand what's going on. There's Dark Depths, 10 ice counters before you can thaw out Merit Lage.
And don't forget those.
I lost a match of Cold Snap Limited to someone paying 30.
That's amazing.
Not just anyone, by the way. John friggin' Rizzo.
John friggin' I haven't heard that name
Rizzo.
in so long.
Paid 30, thawed out Merit Lage, killed me in a draft match.
Man, I miss Rizzo. I think I reread Stuck in the Middle with Bruce recently.
Sure.
It's one of the best pieces I've ever had the chance to read in terms of Magic know-how.
Okay, now is the Ghost Quarter time. Andre has no basics?
Wow.
Hello.
Yeah, one of the I do notice no basics in Andre's deck. I made a slip up earlier about a Wasteland and the 4-color deck. He has 2 Wastelands in his main deck.
Andre does?
Andre does.
Wow, instead of basics.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected it. So
Wow. Yeah. Now look, he's just attack for 4. Here's another Baleful Strix.
yeah.
He's just going to outrace Merit Lage.
Yep.
I don't know if I like 2 Wastelands and no basics.
No, I'm not a fan, but Andre is the Czech of the Czech pile, so.
Well, he's not the original Czech.
I know.
He's just a Czech.
He's from the country. Yeah, pack it in.
Crazy. If Nicholas Cummings had just turboed out his combo, doesn't he win that game?
I think so. I mean, it's a tough call. I really feel like he played way too controlling of a game plan there with the Caracas and anything like that. If he had played a little more aggressively, it might have gone a little differently. But
I thought so.
yeah,
I thought so. I mean, I guess he's guarding against top decks, but it felt like he knocked every card out of Andre's hand.
yeah, the double Hymn to Torok, and those are the only 2 Hymn to Toroks in his deck. Really just took out all the answers. I really think that you deploy a little bit faster than it, but I guess he valued the Caracas for the J-Spins Prodigy more than the combo in that scenario, and I just put him on the back pedal, and he couldn't assemble in time.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So sideboarding options. I'm looking at Nick's deck. Obviously, there's a lot of Living Wish targets.
Right,
in the
you got to leave
sideboard.
those there.
Yeah. But in addition to those, he does have 2 Surgical Extraction and 2 Abrupt Decay. Do you think either of those come in?
I see so many surgical extractions and so many sideboards. I'm never sure. Like, it always does a little something.
Right.
Just to deprive them of some spell. But at the same time, you have to set it up. I don't know. I'm not a big surgical extraction fan. I see people bring it in all the time, but
that's fair.
I'm never sure. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like the sideboard changes dramatically here.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Especially because, yeah, I mean,
11 wish targets.
Is it 11? It's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. Yeah, it's 11. Yeah, it's only the 2 surgicals and 2 abrupt decays that can't be wished for. So I've seen at times Ely, when he played it at Eternal Extravaganza 7, he was willing to board in one or 2 of those targets, make them main deck instead of sideboard. But once again, I don't think that's really going to come into play this game.
Yeah, Andre has a lot of ability to customize his suite of answers. I mean, that's the thing. The Czech pile deck, it is basically a pile of 2-for-1 answer card type cards, right? And it's a ton of one-ofs. Diabolic Edict is actually awesome in this deck. There's one Diabolic Edict in the main of Andre's build. There's another second one in the sideboard. I'm sure that is just the first card that comes in, right?
Absolutely.
That card can actually kill an indestructible avatar token. So that's his removal spell. And then, stuff like Fatal Push, not exactly good in this matchup. So
not really.
You wind up with this, trying to build the main deck. You're like, well, I want cheap removal for the Delver decks, right? I want, a Lightning Bolt, a Fatal Push, but I also need to be able to kill, a Gurmag Angler or a Merit Lage. Right. So figuring out which removal spells to play in the main is tough. Then once you know what you're up against, you get to customize, which is nice.
And that's exactly how the sideboard looks. A lot of 1-ofs and 2-ofs to customize for this matchup.
Yeah, I wonder if Sylvan Library is going to come in here.
So that's a good choice. He doesn't really.
I think it does. I think that and Hymn to Torok are sort of the next most relevant cards.
I agree. His life total is not really relevant in this matchup as much because I'm looking to hit 20 damage in one shot, so he can draw a little of extra value. From Sylvan. And
the Pyroblast Flusterstorm part of the sideboard is obviously not relevant. The remove cheap creatures part of the sideboard is not relevant. Doesn't want the Fork Bolts. So. I would think this is a Sylvan spot. I mean, how many cards does Andre have that he wants to take out? It's the other trick.
That's true.
Right. It's the cheap removal cards. The Bolt, the Fatal Push, the Abrupt Decays. I mean, does he need to hit that Pithing Needle? I mean, he's just...
I don't think so.
Right. I don't know that it's worth having cards in there.
Yeah, I agree with that. We'll probably see... Nick see those 3 come in.
Nick doesn't have any more discard in the sideboard, right?
No, he doesn't.
No, but his main deck is a lot, right? 4 Thoughtseize, 2 Duress, 2 Hymn, and a Cabal Therapy.
Yeah, that's a good suite of answers.
That's fair enough. All right, Andre Strasky up a game. There you see, got our scoreboard updated. Great.
Yeah, Turbo Depths down a game. Players shuffling up for the second game. What do you?
I'm sorry, I can't get over the 2 Wastelands that Andre's got in his deck. The whole problem with this deck is that the mana is so sketchy.
Yeah.
That's why it's called a pile, right? You're trying to cast. I mean, Leovold. You're trying to cast Force of Will. you're trying to. Does he have Lilianas? A lot of these decks will have double black Liliana. You've got Kolaghan's Command. It's just him to Torok.
Yeah, there's so many things.
He does not have any copies of Counterspell. He does not have any copies of Liliana. Maybe his mana's, but he's still gonna chase the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah,
Kolaghan's Command, League of Old. This is.
Yeah, he is really stretching his mana to the limits.
And people play Ghost Quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
People play Path to Exile.
So.
The Wasteland, this is actually a matchup where the Wastelands are pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, if your opponent is trying to Dark Depths Thespian stage, a well-timed Wasteland can be all the difference.
Yeah, and if Nick is aware of these pile decks, he didn't see the Wasteland game one, so he's not going to really expect it.
Funny, chat tells me the basics are a new edition, mostly by Americans.
Oh.
I am...
That's fair. Makes more of an American pile.
Well, no, our version's not a pile, I think is the point here. That's my story.
Okay.
This deck with Wastelands, I could start to see the pile part of the name a little better. All right. Thoughtseize sees a pair of Force of Wills, a Jace and a him. Huh.
I'm thinking the him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. You kind of.
If you could take him off Force of Will, sure. You might take the blue card to strand him with a Force of Will, or the Force itself if he's got multiple other blue cards. But Force Jace, you can't break up his ability to Force, and Jace is so far away that I like him. I think that's the right choice.
And that's what he chooses. Yeah, hopefully he plays more like a combo deck this game. That kind of play feels like a combo deck kind of play with just the proactive disruption.
I feel like Andre is expecting him to play like a combo deck given the keep.
Yeah.
It's fairly slow and reactive hand for Andre. Interesting. Do you force this guy?
Yeah. I mean, he chooses to. It looked like he drew a third Force for the turn.
Oh, did he? Yeah, because Force pitching Force, if he drew another Force, is actually really nice. A nice misdirect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He's got the ability to Force now. That was
a beautiful draw and way of representing, like, yeah, my Forces are gone.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to go for beautiful draw, given...
Well, the Brainstorm was a beautiful draw then.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I think he brainstormed into a Diabolic Edict, too, which is...
Okay, did come in.
Very powerful here. Instant speed way to deal with the 2020. And that Nicholas doesn't know about. Oh, and the fetch land for the Brainstorm, the reshuffle... He's got Force, blue card, Edict, land. That's about as good as his 4 cards could be here.
Absolutely. I don't see. He does have a Living Wish, but no green mana source yet from Nicholas. That's really keeping him off of getting to the rest of his combo.
He believes in those Pithing Needles. Spotter going to tell us what he names?
He is going to activate in response,
yep,
just in case. Interesting that he got the Tropical here. Gives Nicholas the opportunity to Thespian stage the Tropical Island and get that green source.
Well, I think he's right to crack his fetch's response, though. He doesn't want to let Pithing Needle turn into a Stone Ring.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Named Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Okay.
Which is a card Nicholas still knows is in Andre's hand, so that makes sense. Speaking of Wasteland.
Here it is.
He's got 3 colors between his 2 dual lands. He only needs 1 more color, right?
Wow. Takes out the so that was really good because yeah, I was worried that the Thespian stage was for Nick Nick's Thespian stage was gonna get the green mana source, and Andre kind of saw that too and just took it out.
Sylvan Library looks insane here. So good. Both just kind of staring across. Okay, there's the Dark Depths.
Yeah, a little bit late.
Fetch, Force of Will, and I think it was a Ponder. Yeah, all of them. Love it. Love it.
Want them all.
Pay 8, draw 3. What did I get? I mean, you don't actually pay 8, draw 3 like you used to, because fetch lands, you might shuffle away the bad ones, but
yeah,
There weren't any bad ones there.
Yeah, that was great. So Nick looking for the other side of his combo again, just a different side.
Yeah, between the Force of Will and especially the Edict,
Yeah.
what do you have Nick's odds at here?
Oh, this is looking really bad. Bless you. He
Like, are they even double-digit percent? I think Andre might be 90% already.
yeah. Yeah, he just has him on such lockdown. The double Force Will. Does he have access? Like, obviously the Diabolic Edict will actually get rid of the Merit Lage. 3 mana, remove an ice counter.
Yeah, there's an Urborg, so
Yeah.
Dark Depths taps for mana.
Choosing to make black mana off the Scalding turn there with your Urborg.
He'd seen the top of his library was fresh.
Yeah.
Or was it? Can he ponder? I thought he was going to crack the set to shuffle away the other ponder cards. I lost track.
Doesn't look like he decided to.
All right. Only going to draw 1 card this turn. Fair enough. So he's going to Jace with 1 up. I guess there's no way that token could get haste.
Yeah.
This seems like an okay spot.
Yeah, he's really just taking out all of Nick's outs.
Yeah, Jace mostly just a card advantage engine here, right? You never actually get to bounce the Merit Lage token.
No.
It always gets made in your end step when Jace is in play. But Sylvan Library wasn't enough card drawing. Let's get some blue card drawing, some better card drawing going.
There you go. Tapping and playing the second one.
Yeah, here's Hexmage. Man, do you bother with the Force of Will here? Don't you kind of want to blow him out with the Edict? I guess he's going to Force of Will.
That's fair. I mean,
Safety first.
Yeah, I do like the idea of activating, having the Dark Depths leave the battlefield, and just taking care of the token that way, just to get him off both sides of the combo.
Right.
But,
Tempting.
yeah, he's had such.
Oh, it's funny though. The Hexmage could kill Jace. I don't want to let that happen. All right, I'm on board with this plan now.
Okay, that sounds a little bit better. I didn't even see that.
Knight's Whisper, draw 2. Little mini Sylvan effect, I guess. Brainstorms with Jace. God, he's putting an Edict back.
I think he's gonna. Oh, okay. See who he's working with. Yeah, all these green spells that he hasn't been able to cast.
That's true. Nick's been color screwed the whole time, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, Andre just feels so far ahead at this point. He finally found it.
Left up the Tropical for Deathrite.
Well, the Urborg allows them to activate it for either.
Oh, right, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, totally. Like, I didn't even remember if there was a creature, but yeah, he wants the damage.
Yeah.
And remove cards from the graveyard in case that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Andre has really just taken full advantage of this Urborg this game.
All right. One round in, I already got to enjoy a check pile match.
Yeah, that's got to make you happy. And in the winning position here, too.
Yeah, well played. Andre seems like he talks like he doesn't play a ton of Legacy, but it seems like he hasn't missed much of anything here.
Yeah, this seems to be very masterfully navigated.
Sure, let's put a Snapcaster in hand. Why not?
Another
Have
2
access
for
to
1.
whatever we need.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just Andre going through the motions. He really, like, the vice is just closing in. Nicholas doesn't have much of an opportunity to get past what Andre's been doing, and the death rights at this point are going to start chipping away a little bit more. Maybe we'll see a Baleful Strix as well.
I mean, Nick Cummings did finally find the green mana. Chose not the Living Wish main phase, so presumably he's going to crop rotation end step. He doesn't know about the Diabolic Edict, so he might think he can surprise rotate into Thespian stage, make an Avatar end step. Floats the black, sacks the swamp.
Yeah.
I mean, that Baleful Strix kind of messes up his plans, but
I think he does have the Sajiri step in hand that he's going to... He sees the Strix. He's like, all right, I'll give it protection from
oh, right. That was the
something.
Sajiri strips in his hand, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sajiri step. So, yeah, Nicholas Cummings doesn't realize. I mean, this is a very reasonable line. From his seat, seems like it's got a decent chance, right?
Right, absolutely.
Instant speed, so you dodge Jace, rotate into the Thespian stage, make Merit Lage. But, yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem surprised. That Merit Lage Avatar token left the field pretty quickly. But between the instant speed off the crop rotation and the Sajiri step that could potentially attack through Baleful Strix, he played to his outs.
Yeah,
just
he definitely had
there.
a lot of them covered. Yeah, just there was yet another one in.
And you could tell he knew, like, okay, well, this can work unless he's got Diabolic Edict.
Yeah.
And was not surprised, given all of the deck manipulation from Strasky, that he had Diabolic Edict. Turbo Depths has not exactly looked great this round.
No.
We've seen the deck do some good stuff.
Yeah, it's I mean, it was last year's winner. It's the Living Wish version in particular at EE7, but right now, Check Pile just doing its thing. And now, yeah, Andre is using the plus on Jace because Nick is out of real threats.
Sure. Such value. And finally, we get around to attacking. Ooh, Sylvan.
All right.
I guess Andre bottomed. Oh, or he figured I've got an Abrupt Decay. Either way.
Yeah.
A couple of Death Rights. This is like about a three-ish turn clock.
Yeah, there's plenty of instants and sorceries to eat up, so I think they'll be able to go the full distance.
Stick into Fate Seal mode at this point. And Leovold joins the party.
This guy, too.
Leovold's like, it's all me. You should just name the deck after me. Look how much I've done this game. I'm going to attack for the win.
All
See,
right.
I came down. The opponent conceded. You should name the deck after me.
Hey, results oriented. Yeah, absolutely. Leovold earned the concession there. Oh, so Check Pile taking it down in a...
Four-color Leovold.
Four-color.
We're done.
All right, now that it's off the screen, it can be four-color Leovold again.